What's up, guys? My name is unCAGEDgamez. Welcome back to another video. Today we got a interview that Ed Boon did with Gameinformer about his Hall of Fame induction at the DICE Awards this year. A lot of great stuff. First of all, congratulations to Ed Boon himself. I can't think of someone else that is more deserving of this induction than Ed Boon. He has definitely changed my life and a lot of your guys' life as well with Mortal Kombat and all the games he's made. So congratulations to Ed Boon. And again, he did an interview with Gameinformer. So we're going to break it down and share some insights here, some cool little snippets that Ed Boon talked about in this interview that I think some of you guys might be finding interesting. So if you guys are excited, drop a thumbs up, drop a comment down below and say congratulations to Ed Boon. And without further ado, let's get it. So here it is, Ed Boon on his AIAS Hall of Fame induction in career in video games and pinball. So I'm not going to read through the whole article because there's a lot. So if you guys do want to read through it, feel free to check it out. I'll put a link to the article down below, but I'll point out some key stuff that I think I found very interesting. So let's get started. Ed Boon is best known for his work on the Mortal Kombat series, which he had a hand in guiding since 1992, first at Midway Games and now with his team at NetherRealm Studios. He's one of the most celebrated creators in gaming, and today he'll be honored with an induction into the Academy of Interactive Art and Science Hall of Fame. I actually watched the live stream, and Ed Boon's speech is pretty amazing, so maybe we can put a clip of his speech right now.
Thank you to the fans of our games. None of what we do works without you. And finally, thanks to Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, everyone out there making games. Each great game that is released raises the bar and inspires us all to keep moving our medium moving forward. Let's keep it going. Thank you very much.
If you guys want to check out the whole Ed Boon speech, I'll put a link to that as well in the description, so check that out. So this is pretty interesting to me. I heard you lent your voice to a pinball machine, and Ed Boon says, I'm a voice in about 20 pinball machines. 20. Ed Boon, his voice is in 20 pinball machines. That's insane. And it says, give me the big one that people would recognize. And Ed Boon says, that would probably be Funhouse. It had a talking puppet. There was a movie called Magic that had an evil puppet in it. That puppet made its owner do bad things. Funhouse is kind of loosely based on that. There's this puppet who is taunting the player. I'm the voice of that puppet. A trolling puppet coming from the Troll King himself. It makes sense. It makes sense. This part gets me excited, but I'm not getting my hopes up too high here. You said you're feeling nostalgic. Any thoughts of making a new pinball game? And Ed Boon replies, I have friends who are still programming pinball machines. I stopped programming at least 15 to 20 years ago. There's no way I would be able to keep up with them. To give you an idea of the timing, I did all my games in assembly. The one I'm hoping will happen someday, and it comes close a few times, is a Mortal Kombat pinball machine. I think that would be really cool. I would love to have one of those in my basement. A Mortal Kombat pinball machine would be so hype. I actually thought there was a Mortal Kombat pinball machine. Well, technically there is, but it's not full scale. It's one of those tabletop ones, the little plastic ones. Ed Boon says it's come close a couple of times. Oh my goodness, that makes me so excited. If there is ever a Mortal Kombat pinball machine that gets released, I am on it. Day one pre-order, I gotta have it, okay? Ed Boon started with pinball machines, voiced in 20 pinball machines. There has to be a Mortal Kombat pinball machine someday, please. The anniversary of Mortal Kombat is this year. How hype would it be if a Mortal Kombat pinball machine gets released this year? That's just my hopes and dreams. It's not gonna happen, but let me believe, okay? If we do get a Mortal Kombat pinball machine, Ed Boon could do the voice of, you know, Scorpion, get over here, and that means that he's been in 21 pinball machines. Come on, Ed. I know we want it. I know we want it. I know you want it. Let's make this happen. This part I found pretty fascinating because I know a lot of you guys know Ed Boon is the guy for NetherRealm, the guy that we all think of when Mortal Kombat gets announced. But what does Ed Boon actually do? at NetherRealm Studios? Well, this is the part where he kind of walks us through his day at NetherRealm. So, what is your typical day now as the head of NetherRealm? Are you still knee-deep in creative process? And Ed Boon replies, I'm much more involved in the early parts of development when we are figuring out what we are going to do. For each game, I go into it thinking what's going to be new about it that will get people excited, defining it, helping with direction. At some point, we know what the game is. We know it will have 20 environments and 30 characters. All of the big components are known, and then it's kind of a reduction of time. At that point, I'm more checking in on various aspects of the game and making suggestions and stuff. I may also be working on ideas for the next game. I'm trying to stay ahead of it, but the bulk of the work is done by the crazy talented designers, programmers, artists, and the list goes on and on. So Ed Boon is not doing every single thing at NetherRealm. I know some people out there think Ed Boon is like the guy that comes up with the idea, the guy that programs, draws, makes, all that. No, he doesn't. He is big picture stuff. He is the one that thinks of the big changes to each game, maybe the new idea for the next game. But other than that, he doesn't program it, all right? So if something happens in the game and it's like broken, we can't be complaining to Ed Boon because he's not the one that's programming the moves. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I actually like to hear a little bit more of Ed Boon's day-to-day operations at NetherRealm, and this is really awesome. So they know that if NetherRealm makes a fighting game, we are almost guaranteed 30 characters. That's a minimum, okay? 30 characters minimum now. 20 environments, that's actually a lot. Do we have 20 environments in MK11? I don't know. I had to go back and count. That's pretty neat. Looking back at your career, is there one game that you would say is your favorite that you worked on? I always want to know this answer. We made an actual arcade game called The Grid. It was like a 6-player, 6-cabinet game where everyone is competing in an arena. Similar to Doom and Quake in some ways, it's the most fun I've had working on a game. After a number of Mortal Kombat games, it was such a dramatic change in terms of the type of game it is. It allowed me to explore new parts of gaming. Of the Mortal Kombat games, it was probably Mortal Kombat 2, just because we knew we had something. There was a lot of confidence, like, yes, this will be better than the last one. After that, the movie came out, there was a TV show and all of that, and there was this machine of Mortal Kombat stuff going on. A lot of our efforts was on the treadmill, getting that next game out. So Mortal Kombat 2 is Ed Boon's favorite. Good to know. Injustice was another great one as well. I read DC Comics my entire life, and to carve out our own multiverse slice with a bad Superman and Batman, and then see it become a comic book, a mobile game, an anime movie was really cool. That was quite a rush. So Ed Boon likes a little bit of everything. Mortal Kombat 2 is his favorite Mortal Kombat. Injustice is another game he really likes. And of course, The Grid. 3 completely different games, but all good in their very own ways. Do you have a cameo in the Mortal Kombat movie that just came out? And Ed Boon says no, but I hope someone who reads your article would say that's a great idea. I was kind of bummed that, I don't know if they're talking about the Mortal Kombat 2021 movie or the anime movie that just came out, but both movies didn't have a cameo from Ed Boon. I know there was a Easter egg of Ed Boon getting referenced in the Mortal Kombat 2021 live action movie, but Ed Boon himself wasn't in the movie. So, Mortal Kombat 2 movie, which if you guys don't know, got confirmed. 2 things need to happen. Ed Boon needs to be a cameo in the movie. And 2, your boy needs to be in the movie as well, but that's a different story. Anyways, back to the article. I know you still love making video games and probably will for many years to come. What does your future hold? What do you want to be doing? A long pause happens. When you are making something as big as these games, every day has 10 challenges. You can't do this. The tech team is concerned about this. The designer want to do this. Audio adding this new feature. It's this constant cloud of problems. Solving that has to be done. When you are in the middle of it, it can be stressful and taxing on you. But when you are done and the product is received well, you tend to forget those days, the hard stuff. That energizes you for the next game. When you are in the middle of it, it can be pretty tough. On a grand scale, this Hall of Fame thing has made me look back on things with rose-colored glasses. Through the years, there was a lot of pressure and stress and a lot of energy that was put into these games. Again, receiving an award like this makes it worth it for sure. Once again, congratulations to Ed Boon. So deserving of this. So deserving. What is next for NetherRealm? That is the question we're all asking. What is next? Please, what is next? And Ed Boon says this. I could say that for 10 years, we were releasing Mortal Kombat and Injustice. Mortal Kombat and Injustice. When we broke that pattern, there was a lot of speculation on what we would be doing next. I could tell you there was a reason for it, and when we announce our next game, it will make a lot more sense. At this point, I'll get in a lot of trouble if I say anything more. Oh snap. Ed Boon even addressed the pattern they do. They release a Mortal Kombat game, then it goes Injustice, then Mortal Kombat, Injustice, Mortal Kombat. So the next game, if we're following the pattern, it would be an Injustice game. But Ed Boon says they're straight up breaking the pattern. It's not going to be Injustice 3. So that is off the table now. Injustice 3, not happening. Which I think a lot of us actually already kind of figured that it's not going to be Injustice. So many signs point to a new Mortal Kombat game. Again, the anniversary of Mortal Kombat is this year. What if, and hear me out, this is a big what if. We're all thinking it's Mortal Kombat 12. What if it's not Mortal Kombat 12? But it has Mortal Kombat in it. It's just not Mortal Kombat 12. What happened if it's like Mortal Kombat long stretch? Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe 2. That would actually be insane. Will it happen? Probably not. But we can't take that off the table. It's not 100% confirmed it's Mortal Kombat 12. It's very likely, but who knows? Ed Boon says, and I quote again, I could tell you there was a reason for it, and when we announce our next game, it will make a lot more sense. The biggest thing that makes sense to me is Mortal Kombat 12. If they announce a new game and it's not Mortal Kombat at all or has nothing to do with Mortal Kombat, I'll be very surprised. We all know the next project they announce will have some sort of Mortal Kombat in it. It has to. It has to. But those are some of the key points in this article that I wanted to talk about. A lot of really interesting stuff. So if you guys want to check it out, I'll put a link to the article in the description and also a link to the live stream where Ed Boon gets his award and gives this amazing speech. So check it out. Again, I can't say this enough. Congratulations to Ed Boon on getting the award. Amazing, amazing job. We love you, Ed. All right. I know we can be a little crazy online saying, Ed, where's this character? Where's the next game? But it's out of love. Okay, so shouts to Ed Boon. Congratulations. And let Ed Boon know that we love him by congratulating him in the comments or go tweet at him. He deserves it. But if you guys enjoyed this video, drop a thumbs up. Comment down below also, what do you guys think the next game could be? Do you guys have any wild predictions? I'd love to see it in the comments down below. If you guys have not yet, click that subscribe button and ring the bell icon so you guys get notified every time we upload a brand new video. Any more news regarding this next game, I got you guys covered on the channel. So don't miss out. Subscribe. My name is unCAGEDgamez and you just got a cage. Get by! Yo, Scorp! You didn't have to go that hard, man. Have I mentioned how much I love this